Okay guys, I'm taking a physical and mental break on removing the interior. It's a mess. It's mostly apart. Still working on the dashboard itself. That's turning into a major project. So I figured what I would do for my downtime is to start taking a look at the engine. Specifically, I want to pull the plugs, see what the condition of the plugs are, and then hopefully even turn the engine over by hand. Let's start. Get this guy out of the way. So, first things first, let's get a vacuum. Is that an egg? Yeah, it's an egg. Good God. To what? I have no idea. Oh boy, there's more of them. Well, at least they're all hatched. Let's see. You guys can see that, but there's a little nest in there. What makes tiny little eggs like that? A bird? Not that small. There's a nest of these guys. They're tiny, whatever they are. Most of them are hatched or broken open. So I'm assuming that these are old and this guy didn't make it. Very weird. Not sure what that egg is for. I'll bring it inside. All right, I put that one egg that wasn't broken inside. There's a bunch of them though. I don't think my wife is very happy about having it inside. Well, back to vacuuming, I guess. Good grief. Anybody have any idea what kind of eggs those are? Alright, this isn't working. I gotta get something to stick down there to vacuum. All right, there's a major moment in this restoration. Finding out the status of the plugs in the engine. We're just hoping there's no rust. Don't care what they look like other than the fact that there shouldn't be any rust. course, these are going to fight me all the way. Damn it. Good news. This plug looks good. I mean, it's sooty, but there's not any indication that there's any rust in there, which would mean that, in theory, the cylinder itself has no liquid in it, fluid in it, water in it, which is all good. Very good. Number 2 coming up. Same deal. Plug number 2. No rust. Looking good so far. Once again, another plug, no rust. I got 2 V8s in my boat, and I had them out for a couple years, stored at the marina, because I had to do some stringer work. And they put them back in for me, and I went around after they had been out of the boat for 4 or 5 years. I went around to each of them, each plug, and took them out like I'm doing now. And 1 through 7 looked beautiful. The very last plug I took out, number 8, was covered in rust. And sure enough, I turned the engine over. It was a little sticky. I turned it over, and that one cylinder, where all the other cylinders were right around 150 psi, that one was around 110. So that was an indication that water had somehow gotten, or moisture had gotten in there, and basically makes the rings on the pistons stick and not seat properly. So I ended up doing a repower anyway, but in all likelihood, that engine, if I had actually run it, I never did. If I had gotten it running, in all likelihood, eventually, that ring would have freed up and it would come back up. So it's not a huge deal. Okay. Number 4, dirty, but no rust. All good news, all good news. What's next? Can we turn this thing over by hand? Now, the issue I'm going to have with this is I don't have a lift, and I'm guessing that the way to do this would be from the bottom, not from the top. I'm going to have to do some research on that. Be back. All right, I cleaned up the plugs, and not to the point, not even the electrodes on them, just the threads on them, because there was a lot of debris on them when I had taken them out. So what I'm going to do is pour some Marvelous Mystery Oil in each cylinder. Don't know that it's needed. Every indication so far is that this engine is going to turn over just fine, but I can tell you that you will not harm your engine in any way, shape, or form. by pouring some lubricant into the cylinders before you try to turn it over for the first time in 5 years. So that's what we're going to do. Longer funnel. There we go. All right, now the plugs will go back in just a little bit, not all the way. They're going to come out again, but just to make sure whatever laid those eggs isn't still around and wants to make its home inside one of the cylinders. And then obviously it also keeps moisture out of the cylinder, which is very desirable. Damn it. before the rest of this rug can come out. I gotta get that CD changer out because it's holding it in. As far as I can tell, this was this was part of the car when it came. All the wiring underneath looks it certainly wasn't piecemealed or hacked together. All the wiring in the cabin looks original. This might have been an option in '91. Don't know, but it's not going to be in here for much longer. Yeah, that's not coming off. It stays up. Just don't trust it. This might actually still work. Adding lightness by the moment here. So the first significant I don't know, damage or rot. I mean, it's a fiberglass body, so you're not going to come across rot. But this is wet down here, and there's a metal backing plate, which you can see right there. It runs the length, and it's rotting. Probably see if I can get that off. I'm not sure what it's a backing plate for. Probably the rear bumper or something, but sorry, down there. So let's see if I can. There's a bunch of bolts that are all fuse welded in there by now. But that'll be something that'll likely come out. I'll clean this area and then put a new backing. Jesus. This tripod sucks. Okay, so I'll probably, you can see they're really rusted. I'll probably see if I can get this off, probably just break the bolts off, see what it's attached to, clean this area out, probably paint it, probably put a coat of paint down on it, replace the backing strip, clean it up, and get some new bolts and put it back. How about that? That's been kept sealed and closed because that's in real good shape. That's extremely encouraging. Yeah, that makes me feel good. I don't think I could have expected it or asked for it to be in better shape than it is. So that's all good. We got antifreeze.
Okay, everybody, just bringing you up to date on the expenses thus far in this restoration. They haven't changed since the last time, since most of what I've done to this point is basically taking things out of the car, including the entire interior, and working on the engine itself. So the number is still at $31,582. I expect that number to change considerably, though, at the end of our next video, because I will be hopefully doing all kinds of engine work, including the timing belt. I've already ordered some parts from JAE, so those will be coming in, as well as some Alcantara samples for the interior. I'll show you what those look like, and also a piece of plexiglass for the, a sample of plexiglass for the Esprit roof. But I'll be showing all that to you next time. Thanks. Bye.